Well, we got a doctor in the house, Dr. Mungal.
Hey.
It's so good to see you here.
It's nice to be here.
Right? Because we always see you in your teaching segments and what you're doing with Kathleen. And since the last time that we've seen you, I know tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Now, you've been having a lot of different things taking place in your life. Talk to us a little bit. What's happening?
Well, last year
Yes.
was a great transition for me.
Yes.
I decided to move on from the healthcare system and working with the police, went into my private practice, opened 3 offices, just boomed. And so we have been doing a lot of traveling as well as supporting individuals in the community and families, a lot of men around the same age.
Yes, yes.
I wonder why, right?
Right. But it was a milestone that you hit too, right?
Yeah, a little milestone, yeah.
Yeah.
We're writing a lot more books. I have, I think, about 15 books now. We have 3 coming out at the end of this month.
Yeah.
So yeah, God has been really amazing, traveling, a lot of work in Europe right now, and also South America, North America, Central America. But I think, you know, everywhere you go, we see the same issues in life. We see the same things happening with men in particular. So I think men need to step up.
All right, let's talk shop then. You know, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. What's your take on Valentine's Day?
My take on Valentine's Day, well, you know, married for 28, 29 years.
Yes, you better get that right.
This year.
Because she's going to be on the show next, right?
I know. We have a little bit of differences on Valentine's Day. See, I don't believe in Valentine's Day per se.
Ooh.
My wife
It's getting
adamantly
spicy
believes
right
in
out
it.
of the gate.
Yeah. I think every day needs to be a Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's
personally.
good. That's a good save. Whoosh, he saved it.
Yeah, why not?
When you look at men, though, and we're talking about widowers and we're talking about those that have been separated, how do you give direction and just give some counsel how they can see Valentine's? Because it seems like it's a holiday where it's just for couples, and sometimes being single or separated or widowed can be difficult.
That's a great question. Because I have a couple guys who have been asking the same question. You know, I'm single, I'm divorced, I'm separated, or my spouse, you know, passed away. How do I continue on Valentine's Day? And I think the main thing is we all can learn from one another. I think for individuals who are single, or even perhaps those who have been married and separated or divorced, I think one of the greatest tools we can learn is how learn from other guys. Learn what do they do for Valentine's Day? How do they make it a special day? What are they doing that is different than, say, someone who will be doing it in the past? I think that's one good tidbit, is really piggybacking on other people who are maybe utilizing Valentine's Day as a day where love is kind of really vibrant in the air. But I also think that for guys, when I think of Valentine's Day, I think it's a day where it's not a projection about you and what you give into yourself per se. It's more about what you give into other people, your significant other.
I know your wife's going to love that one. And all the women just said, amen.
Amen.
Yes. And, you know, you have an interesting perspective, and I really appreciate this because it's fresh, why men need to date themselves. Talk to us about that.
Well, I think a lot of men don't really know who they are. And if they really don't know who they are, how would they expect someone else to know them? In fact, in one of my therapy, I really encourage men, they have to go out and date themselves. They have to go out and find if they can actually fall in love with who they are. When they look at the mirror, can they say, yeah, I like this guy. I really like this guy. I want to spend more time with him. And a lot of guys, they don't. They refuse to look at themselves in the mirror because of a lot of issues in life. Maybe rejection, maybe abuse, maybe things that they have allowed to kind of surface in their mind that they don't feel that they actually need something like that. They need to love themselves.
So often what we hear about men is, you know, be a big boy, don't cry, and, you know, the tough image and everything. But that's really a misconception, because inside men are just as tender and they're struggling. It just takes a little while to get to it. How do you get to a point where you begin to now peel the layers away and start to be lovable?
Well, you know, I share with men that we have 3 different types of ages. We have our biological, psychological, and emotional age. And a lot of times from my young age with men, that emotional age is stunted because of that stigma of men needs to toughen up. And as men get older, they realize that this age, this emotion that is supposed to be more loving and more caring and cry sometime and laugh sometime, it seemed like it disappears. So that emotional age needs to be resurrected and line up with the biological age. Same as psychological if they have had trauma, abuse, or bullied or whatever in that case. So I get men to really learn how to evolve that that stimulant of getting their emotions back on track, where they have to learn what really, when you have a feeling, how do you express that feeling? How do you really feel as a man that it's okay to cry sometimes and to laugh sometimes and to give a big hug and have fun with life?
Yeah.
You know.
Because fun is important, right?
Exactly.
I mean, and so many times, you know, with responsibilities and everything else, those things get kind of covered up.
Yes.
You know, you gotta give us throw us a bone now, because there's some men, they're saying tomorrow's Valentine's. How could we be creative and begin to resurrect love?
Well, I think for single men, I want to say that I think single men needs to learn that they need to love themselves.
Okay.
I think that's very important. And maybe they need to take some time out just for themselves, have a dinner by yourself, just kind of reminiscing on life itself, where you are, where you want to go. I also think for married men who have kids, daughters in particular, they should use their daughters as a way of how they can learn the concept of dating and set an example for their daughters as to what to expect in a relationship regarding Valentine's Day. Present the love and the flowers. So that kind of puts something from them to someone else.
Okay.
And I think also they should, if they need to spend some time with their friends or colleagues or someone just to kind of let the day pass by, I think that's also something that they need to consider. For the married men, I think they need to, you see, I am the type of person who don't spend a lot of money on Valentine's Day.
Are you cheap?
No, I'm not cheap. I just don't believe in spending $50 on 12 roses.
Okay, yeah.
No, I can send that to the mission or pay for someone for food.
Yeah, but don't tell her that. But yeah, I get you. I get that. I get that.
I think they need to prepare a nice dinner.
Ooh.
Make it very romantic. Maybe get some candlelights. Really be creative. You know, maybe instead of buying something, why not make something?
Yeah.
You know, make something that is enticing. Bring up some of the memories of the past that stimulates the brain. Make it really active. I think all of those are some tidbits that men need to consider.
You know what? I think this is fantastic. I'm feeling good about this. My wife, she's interesting because she knows if I've gone to the airport gift shop and bought something. So she really likes to see a handwritten note or something and a little tidbit. But we're going to hear more from Dr. Mungal because the doctor is in the house. I want to thank you, though, because I'm feeling a whole lot more confident about tomorrow. And now a divorced couple takes a chance on a fresh start for their marriage. Don't go away.